tonight's at stake, the SEC versus the Big Ten. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Oregon Ducks. Restate the state call again. Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Guys?
Okay, Holly. The Ducks will kick off first, and here we go. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hands it off on the counter. Defense all over it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They give it to him again. Stopped again, and at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash. His wheels, not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Running inside, it's Hill. Runs through a tackle. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Dante Moore. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Got some room to run. Touchdown Longhorns! How about this defense taking one back to the house? Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Has it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They want to run it left here. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore, play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
Off play action. Fires to the wideout. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down. The Ducks decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Arch Madness. Out wide left, it's Wingo. At the 45, on his way. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Longhorns peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Out wide right, it's Wingo. Inside the 30. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Texas. He got loose and it was lights out after that. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. From deep, it's Hill. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. On the gun, on third down, Dante Moore. Quickly complete. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
Throwing more. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick six here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick six rattled him a little bit. And if he's out here now seeing ghosts, he's got to get to the sidelines. He's got to shake the cobwebs off. You got to be able to turn the page and have a short memory, because this thing is going in the wrong direction for their signal call.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. On the stop.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Oh, pressure's coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Arch is going to throw for it. unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Wingo. Running free. He's at the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Moore. Throws to the tight end. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Now, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Moore to throw. Fires to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Stewart. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Ducks have this offense rolling. Moore to the air. Throws for the tight end. Left side, it's Johnson. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick give. It's Hill. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Moore. Got out of trouble and throws. Right side, it's Hooks. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Making the adjustment.
Check. 28-29 belts. 28-29 belts.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. I guess an optimist could say it's still 1st and goal, and now you have a little more room to work with. Now on the move. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looking for just 1, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll send the back in motion. Here's Manning to throw. Looking long. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. They're all over him. Got room at the 35. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. When I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to move them on the counter. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
See some running room.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Trying to pick up a first down. Out wide left, it's Coleman. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wide receiver comes in motion. Laterals it back. just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Dante Moore. Look out. Takes the easy one to the back. Turning it on. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Moore will throw. That's caught. It's Moore. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit, but they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Fires to the right. When that pass incomplete, the defense got a hand on it.
You know, defenders have to really understand body positioning and where the football's coming from, and great job understanding that, getting in the way of the route, knocking the ball down, batting it away, making a good play for that defense.
Could be an alley. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a second and long.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Out wide right, it's Johnson. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Motion from the wideout. Throwing Moore. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's third and goal. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their third timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. That brings us to third and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Moore from the gun on third down. Right side, it's Hill. Touchdown Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, Manning. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Yeah, That is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Manning. Rush is on. Across the 25, he's got room. Breaks into the open. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Here's Arch to throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line. Return. The Ducks Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Cuts it upfield. It's Hill. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. Moore with the play fake. Flush to the left. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They'll try the right side. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Looks as if he's going to run it. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Left side is Townsend, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. Not a lot of room to make this catch. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds a crease, it's Hill. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
I've been impressed with this defense today, guys. Like, just really good job of being physical. And you've seen it show up on the defensive line with linebackers, with safeties. Everybody doing a great job filling gaps, understanding discipline, and being where they're supposed to be. Really strangled this running game for this O.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Fourth down, Moore. Oh, he's got some space. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Moore to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Bear. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Hill. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Ducks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ducks. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. They march 72 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Manning. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
This has been a tight one, 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Manning. Rush right in his face. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking for room, it's Hill. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Moore trying to burn this defensive back. Goes high to pull it in. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 of the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Quarterback signaling to his guy. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
A 3rd and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Oregon! They move on top here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. There he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Hoping to move the ball on this possession. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down.
This defense better...
Snags it, and there's running room. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's first and 10.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Manning to the air again. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Longhorns will have it 1st and 10.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big...
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Knocked down immediately.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On the ground, it's Davison. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5.
And, man, this is a big decision for this offense. Like, having the lead, does that change your mind? Are you less aggressive, or do you go for the gusto? Do you try to finish this thing off yourself by getting the first down, continuing to possess the ball here in the 4th quarter with the lead?
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is... He's going to let it go. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. At midfield, he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Keeps it himself. Now the toss. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks. Great job by the back on the option.
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run in the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
2nd and long here. Manning Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Left side is Smothers. Caught, and he's got room. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. 4th down, Manning. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage.
Going downfield for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Art's going to spin it again. Throws to the wideout. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Smothers. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Right down the middle. He's got it. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Arch Madness. Gets rid of it. Got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
3rd down from the gun, Manning. Out wide left, it's Bishop. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. And the Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Dropping back, it's Manning. Going for 6. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be third down. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Dante Moore fires to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game. Timeout is called with just a single second left. One more play to pad the stats. Give to the running back. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game.